I'm hearing left, right, up and down that everybody's loving the suffering. But I'm just here and hoping that my alarm goes off so that I can finally start doing something else. Cause I'm sick and tired of feeling this way. I was promised that being disciplined and being discomfort would change my life. And yeah, it did change my life. It made me hate my life even more. But the only reason why that was happening is because I was doing something wrong. It wasn't up until I had a clear vision of everything I would gain from doing the uncomfortable habits that it eventually made me love it so much to even reach a point that I want more challenges and experience even more discomfort. So in this video, I will share with you how I became so addicted to suffering that it even brings a smile on my face. So let's start with a mindset shift. Tell yourself right now in this moment that growth lies behind a very thin wall of discomfort that you have to push through. Because in my own experience, there have been many moments in my life where I wanted to give up because the tasks that I wanted to do became so annoying that they almost led me to shut off my computer, and at times they led me to shut off my computer when I was weaker. But when I didn't do that, when I pushed through, when I persevered, for some reason I gained experience. The next time that I would go and experience that discomfort that I was experiencing before, it would hurt me less. I would be less bothered by it. Now, why is that? That's because I was bit by bit, slowly but surely, instilling the habit to be comfortable with discomfort. That it started to become second nature for me, to be in that feeling of wanting to give up, having all of those emotions, but not acting on them. And so every time I needed to do something uncomfortable, I knew that I was going to suffer, that I was going to feel pain, but I was also building up confidence because I knew from experience, from persevering through those other moments, that I will be able to get through. And that made me confident. You know, confidence is built by doing something before you are confident of doing it. And every time you successfully act on it, you build up these roots to your belief system. And your belief system starts to expand because if you then successfully do something, you'll know that, oh wait, I've done this. I know that I can do this. So for example, you go to the gym for your first time and you're experiencing all of these fears of people are going to judge me. I don't know what I'm doing, but you still manage to persevere and to go to the gym. You have gained experience and your belief system is updated. Because you now know that you are a person who can go to the gym regardless of the fear that they are experiencing. So the next time you go to the gym, it's already a bit easier. And do that 100 times. That becomes even easier than it was in the first place. And this is what we have to do with everything. This is what we have to do with discomfort. Because you also know that by going to the gym, you are working on building up the aesthetic physique that you want. Whether you are losing weight or gaining muscle, doesn't matter what the goal is. You know that you are making progress. So you know what the benefit is of you going through that fear. You know what the benefit is of you going through that discomfort. You know what the benefit is of having your muscles being sore the next day, the next 2 days, the next 3 days. You know, there were times where my muscles were sore for like a week straight from a specific workout that I did, but I knew what it was for. And so that makes the suffering easy. And that same principle applies now to my business, to YouTube videos. You know, I sit myself down to record 7 videos in one sitting, to script 7 videos in one sitting, to make 7 thumbnails in one sitting. Is it hard? Is it uncomfortable? Yeah, but what are the rewards that I gain from it? Well, I have more time throughout the week to focus on building up other skills that will eventually propel my business to the next level. That allows me to continuously improve my storytelling skills, to attend coaching calls, to get into conversations with other people who are on the same journey as me, to be able to read the comments of my YouTube videos and to connect with the people who thought my videos were valuable. And also, because I'm so busy, because I'm constantly working on developing myself, there's no room for me to do other things. Because I'm already in so much discomfort and persevering through that the more I do that, the less I have an impulse to entertain myself. I don't really have that desire anymore to watch Netflix shows, to end my day with the video. I'd rather spend 12 hours in one day doing uncomfortable things, overcoming the resistance that is linked to that, overcoming my insecurities because I know what the benefits are, than to entertain myself, than to go out drinking because I know what the consequences are of doing that. And I know that that would lead to a life that I don't want to live. So I have to make sure that I align myself to the habits, to the actions that get me closer towards becoming the person that I want to be, that get me closer to realizing the goals that I have. But before I was able to get to the level that I am at right now, there were a couple of things that I need to do first. I needed to know what my goal was. I needed to know who I wanted to be. Then I needed to address what is it that I need to do for me in order to realize that goal. And then when I had the actions written down, I needed to know, okay, what are the consequences of me not persevering through those actions? What are the consequences of me not being disciplined, of me not being consistent, of me indulging in entertainment, of me not going through the discomfort, like not necessarily discomfort, but the resistance. What is resistance? Resistance is that voice in your head that tells you that you're not good enough. To go against the beliefs that I have, to persevere and to build up that new belief system that I've discussed in the beginning of this video so that I become the better version of myself, to live more aligned towards the person that I want to be, the man that I want to become. When I then had that figured out, I asked myself, why do I want to have this? Like, why do I want to achieve that goal? Why do I want to suffer? Why do I want to go through discomfort? Oh yeah, it's because I want to have so much money. I want to generate an income online so that I can then be present with my family, that I don't have to work a full-time job anymore with employers who are willing to go against their own core values and the values of what a normal human being is in order to benefit their own pockets, to not having to commute anymore, to be able to wake up in the morning, to see my wife, to spend time with her, to then build a business that is built off of purpose and not of necessarily monetary gains only. A business that is going to serve other people, that's going to help other people to hopefully build their own business as well, to create this new system, to further expand themselves and to live up to their greatest selves. That gave me a reason to suffer. And I already have the actions that I need to take. And for that as well, I need to know what the actions are for me to realize that. And also the consequences of me not living up to that. That allows me to see the bigger picture. The moment that I had figured that out, I needed to take action. Because I know that if I don't take action, that I will not make progress, that I will not grow, and that will not get closer towards that goal. So I need to make it happen before I even know how to do it. So I need to start doing research. I need to start making YouTube videos before I even know how to make YouTube videos. I needed to get coaching. I needed to read books. I needed to stand in front of a camera, facing doubts, facing resistance. My mind telling me, oh, you're not that good of a speaker. Oh, you don't know how to materialize your idea that well. Oh, sometimes you stutter in your words. My mind was convincing me that those were reasons for me to not take action, but I still took action. And taking action eventually led me to still being here a year later, still recording YouTube videos, still making it happen, still giving it my all. And that same principle has influenced all the other areas of my life. Eventually, I became comfortable with doing the uncomfortable. Yesterday, while scripting one of the videos of today's session, I wanted to give up because it was really difficult. Like I was going through a lot of discomfort and my mind was trying to convince me that I need to take a break, that I need to step away for a bit. But I know through experience that if I do that, that I would lose the momentum that I had built throughout that entire session and I'll have to start from scratch again. So I told myself, no, let me finish this one full script before I step away. Because if I have to then come back and to get myself back in that emotional state of writing that script, that would be much more difficult than me just sitting here, suffering through it and completing it. Yeah, it took me an extra hour for me to complete it, but I completed it. And then I went outside, got some fresh sunlight, drank a little bit of water, came back and wrote the rest of the scripts. And boom, I gained experience. Because in those same other scripts that I still had left, I was experiencing the same, but I still persevered, still made it happen. And now today, I can stand here, record 7 videos, and know confidently that I've given it my all yesterday to make sure that in the future, my future self will be in an even better position than he is today. As a result, it becomes a habit that you implement into all the other areas of your life. You know, when challenges appear, there's no need for me to run away from them because I am confident that I will be able to persevere through them, that I will find a solution to that issue, that I will not give up just to give up. There is always a reward behind a very thin wall of discomfort. Remember the mindset that I discussed in the beginning? And I constantly remind myself of that because that's exactly all what it is. When I was building my way up to being in this position, and still I experienced it, I experienced emotions. I experience either positive or negative emotions. Regardless of what I'm experiencing, I try to disassociate myself completely from that. Because I know that negative emotions will lead me to make negative decisions that will be not beneficial for me in the future. But positive emotions will also allow me to make negative decisions that seem positive in the moment, that will lead me in a worse position than before. So I have to disassociate myself completely from the emotions that I feel, to not get too ahead of myself, to not start thinking that I'm too good or start thinking I'm not good enough, to be as much as possible in a neutral state. Because when I'm neutral, when I don't have any emotions going through me, that is when I make the best decisions. In the past, I tried to supplement with ashwagandha that helped me to get to a good position, but I then became kind of dependent of always using ashwagandha. And I was running away from that discomfort of being confronted with stress, confronted with fears and thoughts, because ashwagandha allowed me to suppress them. That I stopped taking ashwagandha and just came to accept that, hey, I have to go through this discomfort, otherwise I don't learn, and otherwise it doesn't become a habit. Otherwise I'm just always running away from my emotions, always running away from my fears, always running away from my thoughts. No, I have to sit myself down and confront them. I have to sit myself down and make sure that I stand face to face with them, to make sure that I become the man that I want to be, because the greatest version of myself doesn't do this. And so I had to take the short-term hit of pain to create long-term happiness, to create long-term confidence. So by doing these consistently, over and over and over again, at the end of the road, you will become confident by doing this. You know, in the moment, it doesn't seem like being in discomfort is really worth it. By suffering, that it isn't not worth you experiencing it. But know the rewards that you'll gain from it. If you, for example, want to start your own business, if you want to quit working your full-time job as well, think of all the rewards you gain from it. Then the suffering will make sense. Otherwise, it doesn't. If you don't know what you want to get out of it, then it will seem redundant. And you give up, like I gave up many times because I just didn't have the strong intention of where I want to go and where I want to take it. There's this quote that if you don't know what your goal is, then you are not really working towards something. I'm butchering the quote, but it's somewhere along the lines of that. You need to know where you want to go. You also need to know what the benefits will be. You have to become almost autistic in it. So I hope this video has been able to be of value for you. This is the exact way that made me love my suffering to a degree that it makes me happy. And I hope that it can do the same for you. You are disciplined right now. You are doing it. You are giving it everything you have. There will be temptations where you want to drift off, where you want to do different things, where you want to return to your old habits, but you have to deny it. You have to keep pushing through. You have to keep persevering. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Know what the rewards are. If you're lost, if you don't know what you're doing, take action. And eventually the answer will come to you as well. I want to wish you a very nice day. And remember that you are 100% responsible for the results in your life. Make the hard decision today, and I'll see you in the next one. All right? Bye-bye.